beautiful sugar boogers, welcome back to the channel for the very first episode of Khloe's story. So Khloe has just returned home from work, and I know what you're thinking, Jen, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. Please explain what this chick does for a little bit of dinero. Well, Khloe is a pretty influential DJ here in Oasis Springs, and she travels literally all over the place. In fact, she goes to different places such as Windenburg, she goes to San Myshuno, just pretty much anywhere there's a nightclub that is allowing a indie DJ to come and spin a few tracks. This is something she's been doing for a couple of years now. She's pretty new to the industry. In fact, she's actually excelling quite quick for somebody who doesn't really have a lot of experience under their belt. She is in the level 7 of the DJ mixing skill, I suppose you could say, and she basically just goes and does a few gigs a week to be able just to make ends meet. Another passion I might add that Khloe has, and this one kind of just stems from when she was a little girl, is the piano. Her mother has always just loved the sweet melodies of the piano, and as she was a little girl, she would sit on her mother's lap and they would hit the keys, and she actually developed a little knack for it. And so that's just something she kind of just pursues intermittently every now and again. That's just something that always is a very fond memory of her and her mother, something she always holds very close to her heart. Another thing that she really loves is photography. She loves to take pictures, just kind of encapsulating the world around her and looking back and reflecting is another big thing. Khloe is a very sweet and tender, loving person. She would literally give the shirt off of her back for anybody. She doesn't know how to put herself before the needs of others, and that is something that could be I guess you could say a strength, or it also could be a weakness. For instance, her girlfriend Nicole. Nicole is a broken bird with fragile wings, if I could say that. She comes back from a different kind of background. And the thing that they have in common is that growing up for them wasn't easy. Nicole was in and out of foster care, in and out of adoption agencies since she was a little girl. She doesn't know her parents or anything about them, but she just knows that for her whole entire life, she's always felt unwanted. And that's a really hard pill to swallow. And I think that kind of is something that affected her as she has kind of grown up as an adult. She suffers with various mental disorders. She also, has a little bit of a drinking issue that she's been trying to kick, and Khloe's been trying to help her. There is a little codependency happening here. Nicole is very dependent on Khloe for her emotional needs and other things as well. I'm going to show you guys their symbology really quick. We're just doing a little familiarizing right now with the characters. She's hot-headed, a dance machine. She loves going to Khloe's gigs and just kind of dancing the night away. She is jealous, but she has a very alluring personality, I guess. She's really good at kind of making people feel, I don't know, hot and bothered. So here are her skills as well. She's extremely good with words. She can put down a pen like nobody's business and just write the most beautiful lyrics and poems, and just, oh my goodness, she's really, really talented that way. Yeah, she does have a little mixology skill. She went to school to actually be a bartender at once, and that's kind of how this whole thing kicked off. Mischief, yeah, she's a little mischievous. Dancing, charisma, gardening, cooking, just to name a few. But right now, Nikki has come out of the house because she heard Khloe come home. The ride just dropped her off, and she's like looking at the clock, panicking. So usually Khloe gets home about 2 o'clock, right? 2 a.m. or so. And it has been 2 hours past that. Nicole is furious. She is literally enraged. She obviously is thinking the absolute worst. She's thinking that Khloe was basically in someone else's pantalones. And Khloe is like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, why do you always do this? I am trying to go out there and hustle and bustle, break my back to basically put a roof over our heads. Have you been drinking tonight? Is the first thing that Khloe's always, that is her badge. She always, every time they get in the fight, says, Nikki, have you been drinking tonight? And Nikki is obviously really freaking furious that she would even insinuate such a thing. So she told her, no, she's not drinking, but that is a bunch of bull crap, because as you guys can see, there are a ton of bottles of God only knows what just littering the floors. There's clothes, there's empty glasses and cups. Khloe is sick sick and tired of being lied to, and Nikki didn't have enough time to go ahead and clean up this crap. So of course it's sitting here, and she's just kind of sitting here chuckling to herself, like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Nicole is a very passionate person. I love her. I think she's sweet, deep down under. She really is, but she doesn't know how to let things go. When things go up in flames, she's going to make sure she burns down the whole house. I'm dead serious. And so she came in and she obviously saw what Khloe saw. So she's going to go and, try to not instigate it a little bit, but she is going to insult her. Which is unfortunate because Khloe just wants to be left the hell alone. She's sick and tired of this back and forth and arguing. It's just really putting a chip into their relationship. She doesn't want to do anything. She really actually just wants to just freak out on her. But she's not going to. She's going to go and take a quick little nap. But of course, Nicole being Nicole, and she's not even mad. Like this is the scary thing, is she's upset, but she's not angry. Khloe's freaking pissed. You know what I mean? This is the thing about Nikki. She can get into a pretty heated conversation, but her feelings are still suppressed, like emotionally numb. It's kind of strange. So of course she's coming in here and she's going to go and wake up. She's going to wake up Khloe. Bitch, you think you're going to go sleep on me? I don't think so. And of course Khloe is like, seriously, it's going to be another one of those nights. So she's going to yell at her some more, just say, basically they're trying to have a conversation right now, but she's sick and tired of being belittled by Khloe. That's what she feels. Every time they have a conversation, she thinks that Khloe is trying to make fun of her or, basically put her down. And that is not what Khloe's trying to do. Nicole's a very sensitive person. And again, this kind of stems from her childhood. So Khloe is essentially had enough, and if I get their names mixed up, give me some time. It's still a fairly new LP. She's had enough of this. Basically, she's sick and tired of being in this kind of a relationship. But for the night, for right now, she can't make any big decisions like that. She knows she should leave Nikki. At least that's what her mother says all the freaking time, because this relationship is just toxic. They're not good for each other. She thinks she's helping, but she's really not. So I'm going to have her go and spend the rest of the morning pretty much just to get some Z's, and maybe even the evening at the New Crest Motel, which is a nice little place located in the, north portion of New Crest. And it's not too expensive because we don't really have a lot of money. I think it's like $60 a night, and she's just going to rent it out for the day, just to kind of get away. And you know what? She's become such a regular at this hotel, you guys, that they give her a discounted rate. Usually it's about like $180, but because it's Khloe, they give her a discount. And of course she's really freaking upset right now. So I'm going to have her kind of come into the room that she's chose. This one's the cheapest, and she's going to kind of calm herself down in the mirror just for a quick moment. And hopefully after that she can grab a little shut eye. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to deduct the money from our account, because obviously we gotta pay for this. So hopefully this sheet works. There we go. Perfect. All right. So she's just kind of talking to herself, like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do, girl? Are you going to stay with her? Are you going to break up? And that's the thing. Khloe is such an ambitious sim. She has goals of, owning her own boutique, fashion line, and all these things. And Nicole constantly says, no, you can't do that. This, that, and the other thing. It's going to take time away from us and all this kind of stuff. And she constantly not really tries to dull Khloe's shine, but she just, I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't know why that is. I think she feels like by Khloe being so damn ambitious, it makes her feel like she's lesser than or inadequate, or that she'll never amount to great things like that. And so she doesn't want Khloe to accomplish those things subconsciously. It's not like she intentionally tries to be this very vindictive person, but it's her insecurities, her jealousy, her alcoholism. All these things are playing a part into basically the downfall of their relationship. And it's very, very unfortunate because there was a time where, Nikki was clean and Khloe, and her were just doing great. And unfortunately, it's been a really long time since that's happened. And Khloe just doesn't know how to let go. She loves her so much. Like, she would literally die for that girl. Like, their love is, I don't think you can put it into words. I really don't, genuinely. So anyways, Khloe has just woken up for her nap. She's going to eat a little bit of Fruit Loops. I don't know if I told you guys how old they are. Khloe's 22. Her girlfriend's 24. They've been together for a very, very long time, like 5 years-ish. So, or no, yep. about 5 years. So it's been a while. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to actually meet up with my mom. Normally, I would go over to their house, my parents' house, but the unfortunate part is I don't really have a good relationship with Paul. Paul's my dad, and he is a detective at the police station. He has a really high-profile job, and basically, our relationship just isn't a good one. Ever since I was a little girl, and my sister Stephanie was born, our relationship has basically had a downfall. The only person I can really confide in is my siblings, which are Stephanie. And then I also have a older brother named Ryan and my mom. Basically, my relationship with my father is shot. So I can't really go and, visit too much because he's always there and he's just basically, kind of puts me down. But it looks like he may be at work and I think my mom is home too. So let's go ahead and give it a try. I would love to show you guys her parents' house. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to start this LP, you guys. It's so freaking exciting. I am so pumped. You all have no idea how excited I am. I can't really remember exactly where they live. That's pretty bad. Okay, so the Irvins, they live in Oasis Springs. That's where Khloe grew up. She's still growing. Anyway, and if you guys are wondering who the rest of actually just really Sarah is, you'll learn about her a little bit later on. I don't want to give you guys all of the characters at once because, I want it to kind of unravel as we go. You'll get familiar and you'll understand the importance of every sim in this LP as we go along. Now, FYI, I do regularly check the hashtag USLP for sims just to incorporate into my LPs. So if you do want to submit sims for potentially this LP or future LPs, use that hashtag. I'll link it down below. All right, so here we are. I'm going to show you guys the neighborhood that we live in. Relatively speaking, middle class family, I would say, and this is like the backyard. This house is so freaking nice. I love it. And it has such a great view and the lighting is just astounding. So let's go have Khloe'S go knock on the door. And whenever she visits, her mom knows that there's something wrong. Her mom loves Nikki, but would much rather her kind of get away from, that kind of a toxic environment. So it looks like mom's upstairs right now. She's actually watching some television. We're going to go upstairs and greet her. She can definitely sense her daughter's here. This is actually Khloe's old room. And it's literally left just like how it was for the last 5 years. I'm not even kidding. It's just her mom hasn't touched it because the way that Khloe left was very abrupt. And it's just almost like, not that she's died or anything, but there's a part missing. And, Ada, I think is what her name is, hopes that one day Khloe will return home. Because if you guys didn't know, Khloe's broke. But Khloe's determined. She's very determined to make ends meet and make her mom proud of her. Just financially speaking, she wants to be something, And of course, her mom's immediately bringing it up. We should talk to your dad. You should move back in. And Khloe's like, that's just not a good thing, Mom. That's not going to happen. She's wondering how her siblings are, and how Stephanie is. Stephanie lives at home. Her other brother, he lives off in La La Land. They don't really connect too much, but Stephanie, she loves that girl. She loves her younger sister to pieces, like absolute pieces. And Stephanie totally looks up to her. So we're going to reveal a deep secret. And in that, we're going to basically tell her what happened with Nikki. And I feel like I shouldn't be telling her the problems I'm having with my girlfriend because, again, it kind of feeds into this, thing that she needs to, she's saying the relationship that you have with her is absolute garbage. You definitely need to get away from that toxic environment, Khloe. And of course, Khloe's just kind of like, yeah, I hear you, but she just can't let it go. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit. I'm actually thinking of maybe coming downstairs and grilling up a little bit of grub for Mom, and we can eat some, lunch together. So it's a little bit later into the evening, and Khloe's just about to head on out to go back to the hotel to get ready for her DJ shift tonight at the Norwalk Arms. But before we left, I wanted to show you guys a couple more things. First and foremost, this is Stephanie Irvin, her younger sister, who's just returned back from high school, and you guys, she seriously had the worst day ever, and right now Khloe is trying to soothe her a little bit, calm her down, tell her everything's going to be okay. She's been through high school before. It gets better, I assure you. And Stephanie does not look like she's having it. Would you guys agree? She kind of is just dazed off into outer space, like, yeah, I've heard it all before. But anyway, here are a couple pictures on the wall I wanted to show you guys, and as you all can notice, there is nothing on here of Khloe, which is unfortunate. Her dad, Paul, well, that guy right there, basically just doesn't or chooses not to put her pictures throughout the house, which I think is really shameful, actually. But upstairs in Stephanie's room, there is a picture of her sister, or both sisters, Khloe and Stephanie together, which I think is really sweet. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, Khloe's mom and her had a really good conversation about Nikki, and Ada is trying to kind of step back from being so damn intrusive in her daughter's relationship, which I think is really helpful because Khloe has enough of people kind of, squawking in their ear, and it would just be really helpful, I guess, to have somebody on neutral ground, I suppose. So anyways, we're going to go back to the hotel because we need to prepare ourselves for tonight's shenanigans. I hope that we actually pull in quite a bit of cash because bills are due, and I don't know how we're going to make ends meet. We're so close to being homeless at this point that it's starting to be a real possibility. All right, so heading back to the hotel, in case you guys were wondering, little Simsy, I always call her little because she's so little. Little Simsy created this, and it is so freaking amazing. I love hotels, motels, the whole shebang. Like, they're so fun, especially to like play with them in my LPs and stuff, or even just in my current household. I think I had a sim actually live out of one once. They're really cool. So we're gonna probably put her into something a little more DJ-esque if we can, because I really want her to get a huge gig. The biggest gig that she's possibly ever gotten would be the one at the Star Lovers Lounge or Stargazers Lounge or something like that, or the one that's basically in the penthouse, the big penthouse in the sky. That is where Khloe would know once she's got that gig, she has made it. All right, so is there anything that she needs to do? She's really, really uncomfortable, super, super tired. As you guys can imagine, she was up very late last night, again, at the Normal Arms and also arguing with her girlfriend. So, joy. We're going to have her use the restroom in peace this time. Big change. And we're going to come over here and we'll plan her outfit, I suppose. I don't know if we'll be able to get a couple Z's in before the big hit, but I'm going to try. I'm going to really try because I don't know how she's going to make it through this night. And we don't have enough satisfaction points to be able to even so much as touch that Energizer drink. If you guys didn't know, she is a city native. There are a couple things here that she would like to do. And then I don't know if I showed you her simology, but she is ambitious. She's a perfectionist. She's a vegetarian, and she loves to basically be in her neighborhood. She has the home turf trait. So none of these little guys seem to be working. Oh, here's another one over here. Perfect. I'm glad that actually is accessible because sometimes that happens. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like my Sims are being so touchy-feely, and a lot of the things that they're usually able to access, they're not able to right now, or access. I'm sorry. Access is a completely different word. All right, so let's go pop in to her everyday wear, and we're going to go to number 2. Ooh, I like that one. Number 3, I suppose, or should it be party? I mean, technically, it's party, right? So never mind. We'll go to number 2 on the party. Now, all I'm gonna try to do and see is if there is some DJ headphones. I think it might just be in the males section only, but I'm just gonna filter out a couple things first just to go ahead and see if I can have it pop up so we can choose that one. All right, so let's get together, obviously, and I'm not seeing any headphones in the girls section, so let's just exit out of the feminine and see if they're right there. Oh no, they're there. And I do believe this is technically feminine too. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I think Khloe would go with probably this or this. She really loves the color red. That's like her favorite color in the entire universe. So even if there was like some red headphones, that would be really cool too. Okay, so no, it doesn't look like there is, but we'll go with those anyway. And I kind of like these shorts on her, but I would probably do some green. I like this. This is pretty funky. Okay, cool. So we have that. And then I like the shoes too, but I feel like something a little more, colorful and more like go-getter. Maybe some clown shoes. No, I like these ones too. Is there green ones that match? Sure. Cool. Okay. And then obviously she doesn't want to go with some stinky calcetines, so we'll probably put some of those on her. Maybe some rave bracelets would be fun. I'm trying to get her a watch so she can see what time it is to know, when to change sets. Okay, so let's go down to the shoe aisle, or the accessories aisle, I'm sorry, and then we are going to pick out some calcetines. There we go. So I really like this. I also think what would be fitting would be a really fun hat too. We're definitely going all out today, guys. I'm so excited. Okay, oh my god. I'm trying not to yell. You know the drill. The baby's in the background taking a nap. That's the only way we get things done around here. So bear with me. It's not always like that though. Actually, I do have my mom that watches him sometimes. So if you notice the energy changes, like I'm hella chill right now, that's why. But brace yourself, because on, what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, I think it is Wednesday. I'm going to be doing some videos and I'm going to be hyphy as hell. Girl, yes. But I don't mind. A little chill, a little crazy, you know, just keeping you on your toes. You never know what to expect. It's all part of the channel. It's all part of the, you know, I almost said Sim Squad, Sugar Squad experience, okay? All right, so there we go. We have her outfit. I'm going to have her go and try to, like, sleep it off a little bit. At least if we get out of here by 8 o'clock, that will be very, very, you know, good. Oh my god, literally, I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm like looking at my phone right now. It says Snapchat from Nikki. I'm not even kidding. It literally says Nikki. That is so damn funny. All right, so as long as we can get out of the red, we should be good. While we're waiting for Mrs. Khloe here, let's go see if there's anything else happening around town. There isn't. There's like nobody else in this hotel. I do have it set. Oh, actually, there's one more person. It's this guy right here. He's kind of a creep. But other than that, there's really nobody here. Not a lot of people, like, you know, frequent this place. Newcrest is probably a little more upscale than you would expect. It's kind of weird to have this eyesore just like right in the middle of it, but this is what's left of the old town, so it's totally, you know, it's totally fine. Just, we're gonna leave it here. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is see what else she needs, because tonight is a big night. We're not gonna be able to really, like, you know, eat lunch or eat anything, dinner actually, or even breakfast, because we'll probably be there till the damn morning. But I'm going to change her outfit now into what we just picked out. Super excited. And I don't know. I like it. I think it's very DJ-esque. So it's going to fit the bill. And then I'm going to see if there's any way I can make a sack lunch. I'm probably just going to do a veggie and hummus sandwich. It's probably all that I can do. Now, there isn't really any room for her to, like, actually make this. So where is she gonna go? I think she's gonna go down the hallway onto this counter here in the lobby. Totally fine. And we'll pack that. At least we'll have something to snack on through the night. And of course, we're gonna be late for our set. It starts at 11, but I always try to have my Sims leave a little bit earlier because, well, you know, this is exactly what happens. So now that we have that, I'm just gonna drag this into her inventory. She's exhausted again. Unfortunately for us, I think it's going to be an early night. We don't have money to be able to stay at the hotel for an extra. So what I'm probably going to have to do is go home and face the music. It's not that I don't want to, I miss Nikki. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't dislike her right now. I'm a little upset with her in our argument, but she's been blowing up my phone all day, and we have been talking back and forth intermittently. And she's really sorry for what she did and how she acted and accusing me of cheating. She knows I would never do that. And she blames it on, you know, the drinking and, you know, that bringing down her morale and kind of bringing out these insecurities in her and all this kind of stuff. And although I've heard it a million freaking times, and to be honest with you, if I hear it another time, I'm probably going to get sick on your shoes. That's how she sucks me in constantly. And you know what? I love her. And I know she's dealing with some things right now, and I want to be there for her. But again, every time she does that, she's compromising her morals, and she's compromising what she stands for and what she wants to get out of, you know, her life. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to watch this DJ, Mr. DJ, I don't know how to say his last name or his first name or any of his name, but he's the headliner. We're going to go and show our support a little bit. Where does she go? All right, here she is. Perfect. And we will be next up, I hope. Here in just a minute. I think our set starts at about 10:30 or so. So let's see who is hanging out. We have some of the, what are they? The Party House clan. Pretty cool. We've got Mr. Dominic Fries bringing it on down. We've also got Tiana who the hell? McGuire. I don't know who she is, but she seems like a pretty cool sim. And yeah, we got Candy. We got everybody coming out tonight. Ooh! And there is our brother. He is totally showing us the support. Oh my god, it's so exciting, so exciting. I'm gonna be late for my set because I just want to go and give him a hug. This is her older brother. He's kind of like I don't know, he's kind of like a rocker dude. I really love him. He's such a sweetie. He's so humble and just kind and open and accepting of just everybody, you know. He really kind of has an estranged relationship with Paul, you know, Khloe's dad. their dad, just because they are not on the same wavelength at all when it comes to a relationship. Who's this? Mina? All right, awesome. So what Chloe likes to do, she sees new faces that she's not familiar with. She totally loves to rub elbows and get to know people and become familiar with the scene. This also helps clientele because then she can go ahead and show people of like when she's gonna have a show next and that kind of stuff. This place is packed. Seriously, the roof is literally on fire. Her and her brother are taking some pics right now. He's gonna post them to Simsagram. It's a really good night tonight, guys, and we're very late. His set just kind of dragged on a little bit longer. Now we're gonna play some house music. Hopefully we can coerce this guy to pop off his little thing. I don't know if I can, though. I don't know if I can make him stop playing. I'm gonna give him a friendly introduction right now. I'm gonna try my absolute freaking hardest to like steal the show. All right, let's see if we can make him move. All right, cool. Yeah, but look, it's a bird, it's a plane. All right, sir, move it. We're feeling dazed. Mystified fog. The music lets your Sims see through the time, or at least through the lasers. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so here we go. We're popping on to the stage. I wonder if I can like turn on all lights. For some reason, these lights are like really dark and dim right now. I thought there was lasers. Like seriously, they said there was lasers, but I don't see a damn thing. Idealistically, like I said, I would like to kind of go to better venues, but this is literally all I can afford right now. So, or not what I can afford, but what I can qualify for. Even though I'm pretty skilled, I just don't have enough, street cred, I guess you could say. I don't know what the proper term would be to be able to like perform elsewhere. So we're going to have her kind of perform till about 3 o'clock. This will give her about $200 or so, whether or not she actually earns any money. Oh yeah, cool. Awesome. She's gaining some damn tips. That was spectacular, yo. A few of Sims thought Chloe did a great job. They enjoyed the music so much they decided to give her a tip. Perfect. So we are earning some extra cash. Whatever we earn in tips, we earn an additional $200. So I really don't want people to be shy right now. I could totally use this cash. A little more than $42 would be better, but we are seriously tearing up the house right now. I'm so excited. I kind of want to change up the lights though. All lights. I kind of want to make them like a little more fun looking because this just seems so like bright and vibrant and all that kind of stuff. As you guys can see, tonight's a little bit of a later night. She usually gets off at 2, but because Nikki isn't, up her culito, we're going to stay a little bit later. So it looks like she's feeling embarrassed because the beats were weak and the Sim knows it. Maybe your Sim needs to spend more time crafting their skills. Are you kidding? We have amazing skills. So Nikki wants to pop up and show her girl some support. She normally does come to these shows, but she hasn't lately. But she's gonna come over and start dancing, just kind of showing up. And of course, Chloe's gonna be like, "What the hell?" Totally taken back by it, a little shocked to say the least, but appreciative nonetheless. So she's over here just kind of looking at her girl, showing the support. I love it. Let me see if I can get a good picture here. But of course, Eliza pancakes are in my face, so she's kind of ruining my vibe here, but we can kind of block her out. Maybe we can even crop her out actually. It's not the best picture, but we got what we're trying to show here. Maybe I can have her come a little bit closer because I don't think Chloe exactly notices her quite yet. All right, there we are, front and freaking center. Let's dance and show a boo-boo a little support. Okay, or we can just face backwards. That's totally fine. Look at the way she's dancing. She's just kind of like, she's acting hella cool about it. All right, so we are just about done with our set. We've earned quite a bit of money. I actually don't know how much money. We've earned $252 in tips, you guys. That is seriously a substantial amount of cash. I don't know about you, but I think she's kind of ready for the next level. I think if we went to the Stargazer Lounge, we may even do better because those people have just a little bit more cash. But then again, we did amazing tonight. I'm actually super duper impressed with Khloe. So we're going to come over here and we are going to obviously acknowledge our girlfriend's presence. We're going to ask her about her day. And then I will go ahead and add in $200 extra. So now we have a grand total of $630. Okay, so I got that to work. I was having a little bit of troubles. I don't know. Sometimes it gets sticky. Sometimes it works. It just kind of all depends. Anyway, I think Nikki decided that she was going to come and apologize in person. We're going to just come up and kiss her neck. Like I said, this is kind of her way of showing people that she's sorry. She's just kind of like is very, I don't know, she's passionate. She's a passionate Sim. And of course, Khloe kind of forgives her and they, she's acknowledging the text messages and apologizing for not being able to respond promptly and just basically letting her know that she would love to come home and sleep in her own bed tonight. And now, of course, Nicole's kind of bringing up what happened last night, and Khloe's like, babe, can we just not? And she's getting ahead of herself, and basically Khloe's trying to simmer her down just a moment. So what I think would be super duper beneficial for the both of these two is just to grab a quick little, actually not really. I forgot. I'm like, it'd be really good for Nicole to have a drink right now, but that's kind of half the issue. So we're just going to go and skip the bar. We're going to go head home, take a little nap, that kind of thing. Everybody's leaving after Khloe's set. That is absolutely freaking hilarious. See, we were the show. We totally brought down the house. I'm so excited. The venue manager is more than impressed with her. He definitely wants to book her again for another gig, which makes my heart just simmer with joy. I'm so excited. But most importantly, I'm happy to be home. So I hope that, Khloe and Nikki can work things out, whether they really will break up or that's just, a little fruition in the, her backstory. You guys be the judge, I appreciate everything that you guys do and all the comments that you leave. Get involved with this story. Some of it is premeditated. Like, I do have a general direction of where I'm going, but of course you guys could really be the main influence on how this thing swings. So although it is about 4:30 in the morning, these two are probably going to watch a little show together, make a little woohoo, and do the meme. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this part right here. I hope you all enjoyed the first episode. If you did, please don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun doesn't shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
You're standing by that window, playing your guitar. And if I close my eyes, I can almost hear your song.